Back at it again, using the grasshopper for bait to see how many fish we can catch. As you can see, you don't always catch one on the first cast. It might take you multiple casts each time. I'm on cast number 2, coming up on cast number 3. Luckily for me, third time's a charm, and I did get my first one on cast number 3. Right here, I jumped the gun a little too early, but I didn't reel it in. I just kind of left it there for a second, and as you can see, he did come back around for a second hit. That time, I was successfully able to set the hook and landed this little bluegill. You can see that little feller did take all my grasshoppers, so I had to throw the hook back in the eye, walk around, try to find another one. This time it didn't take me long, it only took me another probably 10 seconds. Found this little fella. Going to throw him on the hook and give it a little flick of the reel and see how many casts it takes us this time. I did notice my bobber twitching quite a bit, so I reeled it in to make sure my bait hadn't been stolen. They did steal about half of it, but it wasn't enough for me to worry about it, so I just kind of readjusted and gave it another cast. After a few minutes of not catching anything, I decided to move on down, try a different spot, see how well that'd go. Right after making this cast, my old lady said that she ended up getting one, so of course I had to go down here and check it out. Gotta let her know I support her. Also tying the score up between me and her at 1-1. Right here, I gave a little jerk on it because I thought I had a bite. Turns out it was just grass. You gotta watch that grass, sometimes it'll get you. Right here though, on cast number 5, you can see that wasn't grass. You see a little floppy around out there. Ended up catching a little small bass. Little bugger got stuck, buried himself down in the grass twice on me. So you can see I'm having a little trouble getting him out at first. But eventually, he gets him right out because he ain't no match for me. I thought I was going to be in a little bit of trouble right here because my fingers ended up getting stuck in his mouth. And I didn't bring my pliers with me, but eventually, I got my fingers resituated and was able to get the hook out nice and clean without harming the bass. And was able to let this little fella go to enjoy the rest of his evening. After finding another grasshopper, we decided once again to move on down, try a different spot, see how well this is going to go. After about 2.5 to 3 minutes, I noticed my bobber was kind of like walking, what I call walking across the top of the water instead of going fully under. So I decided to set the hook anyway, and turns out there's a little bluegill on the end of it. And after adding this little fella to the scoreboard, as you can see, makes me 3 to her 1. After missing this hook set, I felt like I might have lost my bait, so I decided to go ahead and reel it in and check my hook. Sure enough, I did lose my bait, and it was getting kind of dark, so we decided to go ahead and load it up and head to the house.